subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
This is the first show of 2022, and I cannot think of a better start than starting with the music which goes to God directly. And today's guest is none other than Ustaad Amjad Ali Khan, and he does not need any introduction. The whole world knows him. So, welcome to Thenupurtewarishow, and let's welcome Ustaad Amjad Ali Khan. Sir, Ustaad Amjad Ali Khan, welcome to the Thenupurtewarishow.
Domo arigato gozaimasu. I remember I tried to learn that.
Hontou ni arigatou gozaimasu. Really, we are very grateful and thankful that you made time for us. And this is, I cannot believe that my first show I'm starting with Ustaad Amjad Ali Khan. And as I said, like his music totally goes directly to God. So we would love to know, how did it start? Like, how did you start your journey?
So wish you very, very happy new year, and I hope you have a very long, happy and healthy new year life. I'm very fortunate that I was born in the family of musicians. Gwalior is a city very close to Agra and Delhi, and I was born in Gwalior, and my ancestral home, which has been converted into a museum now, it's called Sarod. You are most welcome to visit whenever you are in Delhi or Agra. Gwalior is very close by. And my forefathers, as you know, they were court musicians in Sindhia Darbar or Sindhia family, Maharaja Sindhia. You see, credit goes to all the king and rulers, Basha, Raja, Maharaja, all over the world. I mean, if you see the history of European music, so those people gave patronage to classical musicians, and thanks to all of them. And now we receive patronage from the world, from our country. And my childhood, because I'm the youngest child of my father, and my father used to spend a lot of time in Bengal, in Kolkata. And there was a famous music director there, R.C. Boral.
R.C.
Boral,
yes.
Who my father used to live in his house because he never allowed my father to stay in a hotel. So he was very fond of my father's music. And R.C. Boral was the person who introduced K.L. Sehgal to the recording company. And the first Sarod, gramophone record of Sarod, the first Sarod player was Ustaad Chunnu Khan Sahab, and he was the disciple of my grandfather. So, I'm very fortunate that my guru, my father, was Ustaad Hafiz Ali Khan Sahab of Gwalior. And because of his goodwill, because of his, people worshipped him. And Maharaja Gwalior gave him a title of Aftab-e Sarod, like son of Sarod. And because of my father, people, gave me so much love and encouragement right from the age of 10 or 12. I was invited to every corner of India, especially Bengal, Maharashtra, South India, UP, Bihar, every region of India has nurtured me, encouraged me, blessed me. Because of the people of India, I am here today and talking to you.
So beautifully you have explained. So Sarod came to you because of your family. So you did
Yes.
not have to choose. Was it?
No, there was no point.
Okay.
There was
Okay.
no, there was no, there was no room to think anything else than music. You know, the word education,
Mm-hmm.
this word has to be redefined,
Mm-hmm.
because for my father, who was a old timer, very religious, very compassionate, kind human being, uh, for him, the meaning of education was music and humanity, kindness, compassion. Today, I mean, there are so many educated people, but they are very unkind, very ruthless, so education could not create compassion and kindness in a human being. It's very sad. In this 21st century, we are still fighting on account of religion. You know, all over the world, it's not only in India, but all over the world. And so there is no zero contribution of education towards making a good human being, kind human being, a person. Unfortunately, today, the the man today has become the most ferocious animal. I'm very sorry, but this is the truth of life. But thank God there are people, there are compassionate people in the world, and there are people who love music, because in our country we say Swar hi Ishwar hai. Swar hi Ishwar hai, because music connects you to God. And that is why, every religious building, every religious place, you will hear the sound of organ and piano and group singing, bhajan, kirtan, devotional song, and in a church. So every person of any background, any religion, they are calling God through sound only. And also in the Middle East also, you hear the beautiful sound of azan. Hearing this sound, people go to mosque and for their prayers. So every religion, they have given respect to sound and music, because music has connected the world. According to me, there are only two worlds: world of sound and world of language or words. The sound, I mean, I always thank God that I belong to the world of sound, because through sound, I cannot manipulate. If I'm out of tune, you will come to know. But through language, the whole world is busy manipulating. What they are not, they are trying to, say they are the God man, and they are miracle man or magical man. So the language creates barriers, unfortunately. I mean, but at the same time, uh, my father was not interested that I should go to school, because
Okay.
for him education means music. But but after, great persuasion by his disciples, by his friends, I went to school for a few years only in Delhi, modern school, which is at Barakama Road. And fortunately, my principal was Mr. M.N. Kapoor. He was an institution himself, and he was very kind, compassionate, and he did. I mean, just few years, 4 or 5 years, I think I could spend in my school, because I got so busy with the concerts from the age of 12. And my first foreign tour was America, USA, in 1963. And that was for 2 months. The great Kathak legend, Pandit Birju Maharaj, there was a delegation from Delhi. So he was there, lots of dancers, musicians, and I was also a part of that delegation. And my father was very worried. He didn't want me to travel, because he never traveled by plane. My father was afraid of flying. So he never traveled. He got so many invitations, so many, people wanted him to travel all over the world. He didn't go, but with great persuasion by all the delegates, my father allowed me to go to America. So after 2 months, when I was back, then I never went to school. So I couldn't complete the school. But thanks to my 4 or 5 years in modern school and the blessings of Mr. M.N. Kapoor and all the staff members, I can face the world, or I can talk to you today because of my school.
So that was like you started doing it from the age of 10. Then at the age of 12, we went to America for the concert. So like normal children, you never missed school. Like you never thought like, oh, I wish I also every day I could go to school, college, universities. You never thought that way?
Uh, you know, by this from very beginning in my life, I realized the responsibility of my family because I'm the sixth generation, and my children, Aman and Ayan, they are the seventh generation. And fortunately, now I have got two grandchildren, twin boys, the two boys of my younger son, Ayan. So now they are 9 years old and they are playing Sarod. And they are playing Sarod because of this, this COVID and lockdown, because they are not going to school. Everything is happening from Zoom and from the
True.
house.
True.
So my son and daughter-in-law, Nima and Ayan, they gave a lot of time to Abir and Zohan, my two grandchildren. So they are now interested in music. They are playing Sarod. But my foreign tour, as I said, was in 1963. 63, I must have been around, because I was born in 1945, so you can calculate.
Okay.
My mathematics was always very bad. I remember once my father took me to the school and requested my principal, Mr. M.N. Kapoor, how to improve my mathematics. I mean, I was using mathematics in my music. What is music is like air, through the air produced music, air produced rhythm also. I mean, like this sound is because of the air. So I was dealing with mathematics in my music, but on the paper I was absolutely failure. So my father asked the principal how to improve my mathematics. So Mr. Kapoor answered my father, Khan Sahab. In India,
yes,
you call Khan Sahab to
Khan Sahab.
maestros. Khan Sahab. Khan Sahab, Amjad will never pass in mathematics, and I will never fail him because he has come to play Sarod. So can you imagine any principal of the world saying such thing to any boy? So Mr. Kapoor, the principal, knew the talent, creative talent of every child in their school. But unfortunately, most of the schools in the world, the moment children go to class, they say, open your notebook. There's no personal touch. There's no personal touch. Because I very strongly feel that there is something wrong in our education system all over the world. Why children are getting detached from their parents? Why the old age becomes so bad for so many human beings? They are sent to old home, or they suffer a lot, the old people.
Yes.
So the parents who take care of the children right from their birth, how the children want to get rid of them when they realize the world. So it's very sad. But fortunately, I was around my father. He passed away when he was 95. So I was always I used to go up and perform and come back to him. And so I'm very fortunate that my father passed away in 1972. He was born in Gwalior, but he died in Delhi in 1972. So I think school all over the world, they must create a special period where children should not carry their books in the class. And the teacher should only talk to them and make them realize the value of love, compassion, kindness, surrenderness. And there should be some relationship, because in our classical music, we often say Guru Shishya Parampara. So earlier in those days, great, people who became famous in our country, they used to serve the Guru like a domestic servant.
Yes.
I'm proud of my Japanese student, Suji Yamamoto, my disciple. He's a Sarod player. He was in Delhi learning Sarod from me, and his wife Sylvia is a very good Kathak dancer. For several years, he was with me, and he was like a family member. For any work, he will go out of his way to help me. Now, both of them, they are in Japan. They have gone back, and they are perhaps teaching Sarod and Kathak dance to people. Because I feel the children of the world, they should become, they must become more compassionate and kind and respectful to their parents, especially to their parents.
Exactly. Very rightly you said. Yes, the parents give their time, give their love to their children, and when they become really old, and the children really they want to get rid of them. I'm not talking about all, but there are many actually, and that harmony is not there. So
yes, harmony is not there.
Yes. So actually,
there is a
yes.
Yes, you go on.
Okay, so as you said, the humanity and music. So humanity and music, they go hand in hand. So I think we actually, especially Indian classical music, it's like it breaks every barriers. It doesn't think about religion. It doesn't think about the caste, creed, color, anything. It takes you to God directly.
Yes.
So about the Indian classical music, where you started from and today where it is, would love to know any difference. Is there any difference?
You see, I often feel that the politics of the world is depending on religion only. All over the world. In our country, it is more complex, it is more complicated, it is more, politics. They're playing with the religion, the politics and the politicians. But when I'm performing in Carnegie Hall, in USA, in New York, or Suntory Hall in Japan, I had the honor of performing there, beautiful concert hall. So my audience comes from all backgrounds, from all religions. And seeing the atrocities, seeing the terrorism, seeing the, this bigotedness and conceitedness, the 21st century should have been much more peaceful. Unfortunately, this COVID is a different story. It's a natural calamity. It's a problem for the whole world. But seeing, people fighting each other and trying to kill each other, I very strongly feel, and my family, my whole family, we feel connected with every human being. We feel connected with every religion. And I feel I belong to every religion because my audience is from all kind of religion. And so music has taught us a lot of compassion, kindness. Our music is based on spirituality and religion and faith and trust. So I think music, the sound, do re mi fa sol la ti, or sa re ga ma pa da ni, da ra 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 ra, da ra 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 ra. These 7 notes, altogether 12, has connected the world, whether symphony or orchestra. So I have composed music for orchestra also, and it's called Samagam. Samagam is a Hindi word which means confluence of many culture. Scottish Chamber Orchestra, Scotland, they requested me to compose something for their orchestra. So I have composed a Sarod concerto. This is the first Sarod concerto in the world, and it's about 45 minutes piece. All three of us, Aman, Ayan, me, three of us, we sit, and 50, 60 people behind us, all the musicians. So we have performed Sarod concerto in America, in Chicago, and France, and we have collaborated with many. Our recent collaboration is with Sharon Isbell, the world famous guitarist, and our album is called Strings for Peace.
Yes.
And recently we collaborated with Joe Walsh, the famous Eagle band at the time of Beatles and all that.
Beatles, yes.
So Joe Walsh and Aman Ayan, we have made an album called Prayers and Prarthana. So it's called Prayers and Prarthana. So we recorded in Los Angeles with Mr. Joe Walsh. He has a beautiful house in Los Angeles, and within his house there is a beautiful studio. Yes. And once Mr. Ringo Starr, the drummer of Beatles, so he also came. I met him. He's nearly, I think, 90 by now. Very alert and amazing drummer he is. So, music has really, there's no barriers. So music has really connected all the world. I often say that music does not belong to any religion. Like flowers, air, water, fragrance, colors, they don't belong to any religion. But we have to learn from the service. Seeing what the service of water, color, and music. And these 7 notes, you are singing any carol or hymns. So there is language over these musical notes. So we say it is Qawwali, it is English song, it is Japanese song, it's a Chinese song. But the sound behind every song is these 7 notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
That's right. Exactly. So actually your childhood was in different time and your son's childhood in different times. So you
Yes.
just only 5 or 6 years you went to school, and your father also wanted that way. So how did you raise your children?
You see, my children, they were born in Gwalior. No, they were born in Delhi.
Okay.
And their mother is Subbulakshmi. Because Subbulakshmi, it all depends on the mothers. My mother was very simple. My mother never went to any school or college. If she was happy with my music, with my practice, so she used to cook very, very nice food for me, very delicious food for me. So that was a different generation, and she belonged to. But I must say that every mother is the first guru of a child. Every mother is the first guru of the child. So Aman Ayan's mother, Subbulakshmi, is the first guru. And she was very keen that they must complete the school. And she created atmosphere. Everybody, all of us became very disciplined. School time, homework time, dinner time, lunch time. And before that, I was not so disciplined. Before I got, because I met my wife in Bengal only, in Kolkata. I saw her performance, Bharatnatyam dance, and that was a music festival in Kala Mandir or Rabindra Sadan. And while watching her dance, I felt that perhaps God has sent her for me. So this is the way then we met and we got married. So, people feel we are 2 different religions, Hindu and Muslim. She is from Assam, Subbulakshmi Barua. But we both feel the binding point is that we both are religious. We feel the presence of God. and we respect all religion. We respect all faith. This is what the world needs. I mean, why are we still, the racial problem of the world? I mean, you experience racial problem in Europe, you experience racial problem in America. So I am praying to God that people should realize the value of love. People should realize if you can't help each other, don't try to destroy each other. So that is what the neighboring countries, they must always feel. If they can't help each other, don't try to destroy each other.
Exactly.
When I see and read problems, Ukraine and the Russia, they are so close. They were historically they are part of one country earlier. So why? I mean, I don't think, and I very strongly feel that in America, especially, this gun culture should be stopped. This gun culture that everybody, you read in the papers, you see on the TV, even the children in school, they are shooting each other, they are carrying the gun. So it's my appeal to President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, please consider that America will become more positive, it will become more futuristic country, it will become more healthy if they ban this gun culture.
Exactly. We just want a safe world for everyone.
Yes.
Yes. So since we're talking about different countries, we would love to know how was your visit in Japan and receiving the Fukuoka Grand Prize.
Yes, before Fukuoka, I had come to, I was invited in Japan for several concerts in different parts. And I still remember that Suntory Hall.
Yes.
And that was very, very memorable concert. And my sons were traveling with me, Aman and Ayan. So, I mean, I always, admired Japan for their creative, instinct. Your Ikebana still.
Ikebana, yes.
Ikebana,
the flower
amazing,
arrangement.
Flowers arrangement and the kind all over the world. And their tea ceremony. I mean,
yes.
their drama, their plays, their and perfection, especially love for the flowers, and the beauty, they create beauty, and even Japanese food I really enjoy, and in our country also in India, it's a very rare, and very expensive, Japanese restaurant in India.
Yes.
But I enjoy the food, Japanese food also. Only the fear while I'm in Japan is about that earthquake, while in Japan, I have experienced Kobe, several parts.
Kobe earthquake, yes. It was the big, yes.
My God. So suddenly it happens. And I hope there's no more earthquake in Japan, because that is really something people suffer a lot with that, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's true. We just almost once in a week, definitely, there is an earthquake, even still in Japan, and especially in Tokyo and these areas. But we can only pray to God, and we can only pray to nature that to keep us safe.
So, you were asking about Aman and Ayan. Mm-hmm. So they are now, established musicians. They are performing. Aman is my elder son, and Ayan is younger, 2 years younger. And they have received love and blessings from all over the world, and they are very much busy. But these 2 years of COVID, it has been such a damaging for the creative world. And we were hoping that in this new year, we will travel more, but still it is not very certain. The future, still people are, it's increasing, I think, day by day.
New variant.
And new variant, Omicron.
Yes.
And so the whole world is wearing masks. We are all wearing masks. So it's a natural calamity. You can't blame anybody. You can't blame any country. You can't blame anybody. It is the whole world is suffering on this account.
So,
Most of the songs, they have language.
hmm,
But in 13th century, there was a Sufi saint, Hazrat Amir Khusro. He was a disciple of Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya, the spiritual guru. So Amir Khusro's contribution, if you read, a lot contribution towards music. He created sitar, he created tabla, and many new ragas. And so he was the person who created Qawwali, Qawwali,
yes,
the
I know
group
Kavali.
singing,
Yes.
and also style of singing called Tarana. Tarana does not deal with language. So he created a language of syllables, language of music. Tana tom, tada redani, dirdani. So because he realized that language creates barriers, so he started a style of singing. Tada redani, tada redani, tada nidim, tana tano. So I have composed several taranas, but and played on the sarods. Tada redani, tada redani, tada nidim, tana tano, tada redani, tada nidim, tana tano, tanom, tananum, tadereda, tadereda, taderena, 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 tada redani, tada nidim, tana tano. Tana na 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 dim tana na 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 tana na 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 dim tana na 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 tana num tana num tana num tana re dani da kit tak dum kit tak ditta kit tak tit tak tak dik da kanda 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 tana re dani tada ni dim tana 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 re dani tada ni dim. So this is tarana. And most of the vocal musicians, the vocal singers in India, they know tarana, and because tarana, and the best part of tarana is doesn't deal with language.
So it's kind of sound, only sound with music.
Sound and the words, what I'm saying,
Yes.
doesn't have any meaning. It is
Mm,
syllables.
syllable. Yeah.
Like tabla bowl,
Yes.
Pathabaj
Yes.
bowl.
Yes.
So it means nothing. But they created these syllables to fill the vacuum of language.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. Like even the few seconds you presented, I felt like I'm just reaching to another level. I'm just, it's music is something which can give. Yeah. So I'm just coming back to the healing thing. So music
Yes,
can heal people.
yes,
So
yes,
today, I think the mental health and people, especially the COVID period, I think we all are going through stress. So
yes, yes.
here, actually, would love to know for many people who are watching and viewers that how music can heal, like what kind of music they should listen to.
You see, the medical world, they have realized the magic of music. There has been experiments on plants that plants grow faster with appealing music. Kettles give more milk with appealing music. And the medical world, the doctors, they are using music as a therapy. So they have to choose, the youngsters, lot of youngsters, they listen to very noisy music, very loud music. Because loud music is very unhealthy for the system. Music should not be too loud because if it is too loud, it damages your most important cells of your brains. So appealing music, uh, I mean, I'm not saying that only listen to Indian music. No, any music, whether it is symphony or Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, or Japanese song or Chinese song or English, anything. But listen to all kind of music. This is what I feel. Some people like opera music. So appealing music, appealing sound is very healthy for the mind and body. And, everybody has to become more tolerant. I'm not saying only for children, but I think every human being, we have all become so impatient, intolerant. And so we have to do meditation. This yoga is playing a very important role. Breathing exercise, meditation, and the yoga exercises, and appealing music. Because as you know, that music is a precious gift of God. So value the music and try to find what kind of music is appealing for you. And I would like to wish all of you and all the people watching this program, listening to this program, I hope all of you achieve everything in your life, what you desire and deserve. And this new year is very, very happy and lucky, healthy year for all of you. Very nice talking to you.
Very
Thenupur.
nice talking to you, Sarod, Maestro. It's my pleasure. It's like I feel so blessed that you are in front of me and I'm talking to you. And
I'm so happy.
we all are blessed today. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you. God bless. Namaskar.
Thank you and namaste.
Namaste.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.